Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
With SRN News, I'm Jeremy House in Washington. Iran struck back at the U.S. early Wednesday for killing its most powerful military commander, firing a barrage of ballistic missiles at two Iraqi military bases that house American troops. Iran's supreme leader said the missile launch was a slap against America's military presence in the region. With tensions escalating between the U.S. and Iran, commercial airlines are rerouting flights that cross the Middle East to avoid potential danger.
Australian carrier Qantas, Malaysia Airlines, and Singapore Airlines all have adjusted their flight schedules to avoid Iranian airspace. Qantas is also staying out of Iraqi airspace. And the Federal Aviation Administration says it's barring American pilots and carriers from flying in areas of Iraqi, Iranian, and some Persian Gulf airspace. The agency warns of the potential for miscalculation or misidentification of civilian aircraft amid heightened tensions between the U.S. and Iran. I'm Mike Hempen.
A Ukrainian passenger jet carrying 176 people has crashed just minutes after taking off from the Iranian capital's main airport, turning farmland on the outskirts of Tehran into fields of flaming debris and killing all on board. Also on srnews.com, thunderstorms and showers have brought some relief for firefighters battling deadly wildfires across Australia's drought-parched east coast. Ray Harvey, whose kangaroo sanctuary was destroyed by the spreading wildfires, said she was fortunate a firefighter came last week by boat and rescued her and about 22 of her kangaroos.
The area we were sheltering in was on fire, and we could see the property burning from the front. And we already knew it was around the back and the sides. And if we didn't have that river, I'm not even sure we would be here.
The unprecedented fire crisis has killed 26 people. This is SRN News. Abortion clinics continue to go out of business.
Operation Rescue reports that 36 more abortion facilities shut their doors forever in 2019 as more states pass pro-life regulations and a new generation of Americans express attitudes that are more pro-life than their parents. However, Operation Rescue President Troy Newman warns that, quote, our side cannot afford complacency, especially as we enter an election year that will determine whether our national policies favor abortionists or babies in the womb. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
Preparations are underway for the annual March for Life in Washington, D.C. on January 24th. But pro-lifers from around the Midwest who can't make it to Washington will have a march of their own on the 11th. Thousands of people are expected to turn out for the 7-year-old March for Life Chicago, which will feature an appearance by a rare pro-life Democrat. Congressman Dan Lipinski says, as a member of Congress, quote, I work to protect the most vulnerable. This is SRN News. Citizens of Israel think their officials are corrupt. The latest from the Media Line's Lawrence Rifkin.
A new survey in Israel shows that citizens believe their leaders are corrupt, and roughly equal proportions feel the country's system of democracy is either good or bad. Still, says Professor Tamar Herman, who conducted the annual survey for the Israel Democracy Institute, people aren't quite ready to leave.
Indeed, life is good, and when we ask them about the possibility of relocating to, say, the United States or other Western democracies, still we see a very large majority of people saying that they have no intention of moving to other places.
The survey polled 1,041 citizens, a representative sample of Jews, Arabs, and other non-Jews, and was carried out last May. I'm Lawrence Rifkin, SRN News, Jerusalem.
More details at themedialine.org and srnnews.com.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Wakey, wakey. Wake the fuck up. It's time to get woke with Bruce Montalvo.
and gentlemen, let us all sing our national anthem.
Oh, sing and you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we won, were so gallant streaming, from the rocket's red glare, from bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and star-spangled banner again raise, for the land of the free, and the home of all brave.
Bastards that were in the back. Hope all you bastards that were in the back stood up for the national anthem. Damn country in the fucking face of the planet. Oh my god, he's cussing. It's so early to hear him cuss. Anyway, all you snowflakes, I have a warning for you. You're gonna get triggered if you listen to this show. I don't offer vegan Tide Pods. None of that. And, don't report me to the fucking SPLC, because I'll find out where you live, and I'll show up with a baseball bat and fucking break your shins. How about that? You like that? You like that, you liberals? You want me to show up to your fucking house with a baseball bat? You want it to get violent, don't you? Anyway, let's start the show. This is like the longest the show's ever taken me to start. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show in the morning. In the morning, in the morning. I'm working out the bugs right now, if you could hear me. Be up and running in just a second. As soon as I got all my shit in front of me right now. And where's that guy? There he is. Salutations, everybody. Your favorite talk show host, Bruce Montalvo, is back from Miami Beach, man. I'm back from Miami Beach. Yeah, I went over there, hanging out in the fun and sun. Took Jaja out there. She's wearing her little green bikini, running around, turning me on, and now I'm back, doing what I love. Not her, but, I did that already, but now I'm back, doing radio. That's right. El Gran Montalvo, the great one. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to give myself salutations, but you know what? You're like the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread, because you are. You don't know how exceptional you could be when you put your mind to anything. You're listening to me in the morning. That's right. I'm live in the flesh, baby. And let's see, what are we going to talk about today? There's a lot of things to talk about, but first, more disclaimers here. You know how I do it in the morning. I want you to wake the fuck up now. If you're not woke, go Google who the Illuminati is and stop drinking your beer and watching the baseball game, because the Dodgers fucking suck anyway. They never win. So wake the fuck up and just Google up America, like I said, and you won't be disappointed in how fucking awesome we are with, like, flying dragon bald eagles that crap rainbow. Just be forewarned. Be forewarned that freedom terms and conditions do apply. That is, unless we the people put our fucking fist down and say, that's it, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And we're gonna kick your fucking monkey asses with your unconstitutional gun control bills. Meanwhile, in libtard land, right, they want the government to take the guns. Remember the last time the government took the guns? What happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm right there in Florida, and there's so many, like, liberals there. A bunch of old farts and a bunch of old, wrinkly coin purse pussy libtards that are like, no, you gotta take the guns, you gotta take the guns. Like, what do you mean you gotta take the guns? I'm there working out with these big fucking guns. You see, Israeli Defense Force, that's right, because there's a bunch of Jew haters out there. I'm not one of them, even though I like to pretend I'm Charlie Chaplin sometimes. But look, I'm working out, and this fucking old freaking libtard puts on HLN or CNN, and it's like, yo, you know, like, I'm trying to work out here, not watch a 3-ring circus. And they have up on the screen Stormy Daniels suing Donald Trump, and this fucking old fart looks over, I hope they get him. I'm like, really? Hey, Florida is like so retarded right now. They think they could get over on the American people and pass some fucking phony baloney gun control bill. Hey, George Washington said it in the founding of this country. Adam Weishaupt, whoever he might have been, he said, Second Amendment shall not be infringed. So what about that don't you fucking understand, Floridians? So many Floridians with their heads up their asses falling for literally a whole bunch of crisis actors. That's right, I said it. A whole bunch of crisis actors. It might as well be the real world Broward County. Really, the real world Broward County. You know how many fucks I give about these crisis actor scum that want to try out for CNN, the Dave Hoggs, freaking... What do you call an FBI agent's son if, you know, cops are known as pigs? You call them a hog, right? And seriously, you couldn't go to the astral realm to find the fucks I give about this psyop. But if you tell any of these dumbasses in Broward County that it was literally MTV filming so that they can take your fucking guns, they go crazy. So you know what I did? I went to Miami. I was out there, like I told you, I was out there with my sexy Mama Sota, Jaja. We're out there on vacation and shit, visiting family, working out, getting real buff. And I went out there to prove a point. I found the biggest guns in Miami. Look at that. Bruce Montalvo busting out the fucking big guns. Might as well change my name to Big Guns Montalvo. Look at that. You ain't fucking with that. I think the guns that fucking Rush Limbaugh's daddy used at the Gulf of Tonkin. That's exactly what I'm using right there. Look at that. Big Guns Montalvo. Defending freedom from a whole bunch of libtards. I got the biggest freaking guns that you've ever seen. No, they're getting bigger. You know, I was out there, I was bench pressing. What I need to do is I need Jaja to, like, videotape me bench pressing so you can see how fucking ripped I am. It was boom, 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 boom. I mean, I ain't stopping. Non-stopping. I was like, I don't know, I haven't done it in a while, but I put up like, 100 pounds of it. I was lifting it with my pinky and shit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on video so you can see how fucking amazing Big Guns Montalvo's. Let's look at those big guns again. Look at that. Yeah. That's right. Look at that. Fucking shit up. Big league. Big league. Those are big league guns. Big league guns. You ain't messing with Big Guns Montalvo. But you know who is messing with another guy who's got big guns? Probably the biggest guns in alternative media. And for some reason YouTube and the SPLC neglected to take away his YouTube channel, even though they took down Exposed News. That's a branch of Montalvo Broadcasting Network's investigative journalism. We cover everything from like UFO to Hillary being a fucking Illuminati clone that malfunctions and needs, heroin shots in between her fat toe so she could, not tumble. But you know who's getting messed with? Freaking Alex Jones getting messed with by the pansy who created Pepe the Frog. You know what I'm saying? So now Pepe the Frog is being used, he's being weaponized to attack those who represent us. But, he represents us. Let me see. He never admits that crisis actors are behind the whole Florida freaking real world Broward County. He never says, he said, oh, they're real people, but derivatives of real people. Really? All you need to do is Google up Crisis Cast and you'll see that all these sons of bitches are casted by like MTV. Crisis Cast. Put that into Google and you'll see how fake it is. It's like, you know, the libtards think that it's going to be like SpongeBob. So it's just going to wave a little magic rainbow and, you know, they're going to take all the guns away and that's going to prevent all the criminals and all the terrorists from, you know, disobeying the law. They're just going to start obeying the law magically once you take our guns. And you know who's behind it? So many old farts in Florida that literally want to take your guns. It's unbelievable. So I'm putting APV out there to all the patriots in Florida. You guys better fucking regulate on all these dumbasses. Get them out of office. Do whatever you can because, you know, if they run, they're going to take the guns. You guys got that asshole Rick Scott taking the guns. Or at least he's trying to. Or the NRA is gonna sue his ass. And you know, what's unbelievable is the NRA literally helped black people fend off the KKK, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, hate group? I thought they helped black people fight hate groups. So it doesn't make sense. So, in a nutshell, that's what we got going on this morning here, folks. A whole bunch of caca by way of Florida. Nothing good there, except the beach and the Cuban sandwiches. Jaja finally made up for, you know, our past, you know, freaking escapades. We were like fighting like cats and dogs. And she finally made me a sandwich. Well, she didn't make me a sandwich. She got a Cuban to make it for me. So, we're all good now, you know what I'm saying? I had a Cuban sandwich at the airport. But it wasn't as good as this Cuban sandwich that I had in South Beach, man. If you're ever in South Beach, go to Las Olas. They got this nice little Cuban sandwich, man. The chicken's pretty good. You know, it's like Scarface is making it for you before he was like whacking people. Like, I didn't come to America to wash any fucking dishes, man. Yeah, he didn't come to America to wash any fucking dishes. So, not that there's anything wrong with washing dishes, but now it's like, you know, nothing but, you know, third world ditch diggers and fucking bastards that are taking America's jobs. We can wash our own dishes, thank you very much. And that's what the libtards want. They want more illegals and they want more guns taken away. I mean, what kind of philosophy is this? I mean, this is a party that's supposed to represent America. The Democrats, they don't represent America anymore. They're as twisted as Bill Clinton's pretzel dick, right? I heard they called him the pretzel. Well, they're as twisted as Bill Clinton's dick. That's right. I said it. Big Guns Montalvo with the IDF shirt. That's right, all you fucking Jew haters. You know, 1 minute, you know, I psyoped them. 1 minute I put on the little Charlie Chaplin. You know what I'm saying? And then the next minute he's like, he's got the IDF. So you don't know. Yeah, I'm psyoping you bastards. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you like the show and you like me raving and ranting in the morning, why don't you help us out by going, since you're on Facebook already, why don't you go to @AntiqueObsessions, @Conceptual Subculture, @AntiqueObsessions, @Conceptual Subculture. That's @Antique Obsessions, @Conceptual Subculture on Facebook. Support us, click like, and you'll find some of the most beautiful, elegant, handmade, wearable art that you can find on the flat earth. Because, I was up there on the plane, I took a level with me, and the earth is fucking flat. So there's no refuting that, okay, because the earth is fucking flat, right? I got the evidence. I got the documents. I documented the whole trip. It was fucking flat as hell. It was supposed to account for the curvature. What curvature? And I took pictures of the beach. Flat as hell. You know what I'm saying? Just like CNN is fake as hell, okay, the globe is terrified right now because everybody's finding out that it's flat as hell. Whether they want to hear it or not, you just tell it to them. Like I got a little baby nephew. I was telling him, he was like, "Oh, I saw the rocket ship up there in the rocket ship, the SpaceX." I said, "No, that's just a light." You know what I'm saying? We're in church, so I said, "Look up Isaiah, and then right there it says it's a light." So, they think I'm a kook, but then I hit them up with all this, like, biblical stuff right out of the Old Testament. They're like, oh, shit, props. You got to give you props, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? You know your Old Testament stuff. That's right. I never, even though I had a stupid-ass mother that all into the fucking Jesuits, I never adhered by any New Testament or this Testament or that Testament. I said, why don't you give me the Oldest Testament? That's the one I like to read. I want to read the Ephesians about how you're not supposed to throw your fucking baby into the fires of Moloch and all that shit. I always liked this stuff. That's the only one I read. I didn't care for the other garbage. It was toilet paper to me. It was toilet paper. You know what? All these Jew haters out there hating on Jews over a parable. Jesus Christ, the sun walks on water every morning when, the sun's rising. That's what it's a fucking metaphor for, the sun. Jesus is a goddamn metaphor for the sun. But the libtards, you can't tell them that either because they just see a cross and they flip out. They just want their vegan Tide Pods and, that's it. You can't tell them anything. They go nuts, man. They go crazy. They have fucking Trump derangement syndrome. I hope this degenerate fucking fucking IV herpes-ridden porn star sues Trump. Really? I hope Trump dies, one said. I mean, seriously, they're fucking nuts. Huh? Oh, Trump's golfing too much. What about the other fucking chappie? Huh? That was fucking golfing all day. That fucking goofy fucking bastard Obama. You know how faggoty Obama looks on a fucking bicycle? You know how faggoty Obama looks lifting weights? Alright? I could call him all that shit now because he's just the jackass in chief now. He was then, he is now. Anyway, they're trying to take your guns, Florida. So why don't you stand up for something right? Because, what are you going to do? You're going to leave your door open and they're going to come in and you're going to wish you had a fucking shotgun or a revolver to take that freaking criminal out. Or what are you going to do? Just bend over and get butt fucked? Is that what you liberals want? Probably, because you're all a bunch of fruity fucking bastards that put lipstick on and you're even turning the fucking Cookie Monster gay, alright? And it's unbelievable. Even the Cookie Monster's cross-dressing nowadays. I can't watch one fucking commercial where a man is not in a fucking ballerina outfit. And don't think that I don't know that there's men being casted as freaking women on newscasters all over the fucking place. On Fox, on NBC, all over the fucking place. I'm sick of it. I'm supposed to freaking not be offended? I'm offended. All you bastards of this culture of being offended, well, guess what? I'm fucking offended. Hey, you want to cut my balls off? Huh? Do you? Too much toxic masculinity for you? Yeah. No, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of this culture, this dumbass idiot culture that these libtards are spreading. And we gotta kick their asses. I don't care how much coke Trump has to do to stop these libtards. Go ahead and do it. You see how fast he moves his hands when he's up there? I think he's on yayo, man. He's like Scarface with it. You know what I'm saying? He's hearing like push it to the limit, like nonstop in his head. When he's like up there and shit. And how about him teaming up with Kim Jong-un? That sounds like a goddamn monster movie right there. Trump versus Un. Sounds like fucking Godzilla or some shit. Godzilla versus fucking King Kong. Anyway, we're on tonight, 9 p.m. Mountain Time with Dr. Rima Laibo. You're not going to want to miss that, about how the New World Order is taking out the homeopathy, all doctors, all sorts of holistic doctors and doctors that stand up to the order are being whacked left and right like fucking Goodfellas style. So you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to ask her all sorts of questions. And seriously, look, she could have been the doctor for freaking Bush and shit. You don't know. You never know. I don't know. She's big league. So, you're not going to want to miss what we're going to talk about because it might just save your fucking life, right? Because, when you go see some reptilian doctor at the doctor's office, he's just like a lizard, like with his fucking tongue out, what I'm saying? It's disgusting. Anyway, I gotta go do some work. I got a lot of beautiful, unique, very wonderful, very special jewelry that I make with my wife, world famous multimedia artist, super sexy, seen her on TV, seen her all over the world, performance artist, Jaja. I'm so lucky. She's so beautiful, and why do you think I fucking stay around? Because she's fucking hot. So now I gotta go and make some money to keep my lady happy, because I'm not in my mother's basement, contrary to popular belief out there. I'm not. I'm doing the damn thing. I'm doing the damn thing. All right. Bruce Montalvo in the morning, en la mañana. Hasta la vista, baby. I was watching freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger on the plane ride back here to Arizona. And Pat the Talk Show Cat's fine. He thanks everybody that voted for him to keep his balls. But again, the poll doesn't determine whether he keeps his balls or not. Jaja does. And the same goes for me too. Oh man, the culture we're living in. Anyway, see ya. Tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, Spreaker.com/The Bruce Montalvo Show. 9 p.m. Mountain Time, Spreaker.com/The Bruce Montalvo Show. Special guest, Dr. Rima Libo. See ya. We're live. We're live. If you're tuning in to Montalvo Broadcasting Network, everybody in the class, please rise for the anthem to the greatest damn country in the history of the universe. All you bastards in the back better stand up too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all sing our national anthem.
Oh, sing and you sing by the mountain line, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the rampart we won, words of gallant victory. For the road is red, from a bursting air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and the spangled banner yet raise, for the land of the free and the home of all praise.
That's right. Most patriotic damn show on alternative media. You know it. So the bastards in the back, even the bastards in the back, stand up for the anthem. So, starting the show momentarily. And 1, 2, 3, here we go. Here we go. It's your show host with the mo-host, Bruce Montalvo. That's right, professional conspiracy theorist, talk show extraordinaire, talk show host extraordinaire, and author of a book I'm still working on, The Language of Symbols. Bruce Montalvo, broadcasting live. It's Montalvo in the morning, that's right. Don't you love it? And I've made it my shtick, my routine to Let's cover my face there. I got a burqa. All right, there we go. I made it my shtick, my routine to make people get woke. You gotta stay woke. You gotta wake the fuck up, fry those eggs and bakey, wakey, and realize that if you haven't realized just how awesome America is, like I say every morning, with the flying bald eagles, flying high in the sky, you know, farting rainbows of liberty, then you have no idea where you're living in the greatest damn country in the friggin' cosmos. But since we're run by like Titans or Anunnaki or whatever, freedom terms and conditions do apply, but they fear us. They live, but we live. We the people live. Montalvo In The Morning. And just an advisory to all you snowflakes out there. This show will get you triggered. It is the show, the best show in the morning. It's the Bruce Montalvo Show. That being said, it's March 13th. What a show last night with Dr. Rima Labo. We saved some lives, didn't we? Yeah, if you listen, you could save someone's life. You could even save your own damn life. And you feeling sick? They're hitting you with the chemtrail flu? Take a nice shot of some nano silver. You see, Dr. Bruce cares about you. He really does. The gritty of today's morning escapade. Putin. He just can't stop meddling. He's like a Cthulhu that meddles, right? Not. He meddled his way into exposing Hillary Clinton for the dirtiest, skankiest freaking bitch ever in politics. I mean, she's like the Bonnie and Clyde of politics, they say, right? She's worse than that. She's like a dirty porn star that gets DVDA'd. That's why the Democrats are now resorting to porn stars to go after Trump. But Trump, finally, we knew it. We knew it was all bullshit. We had NSA experts tell us, hey, man, the transatlantic ports of communication, there was no Russia, there was no nothing, it couldn't have happened. You know, experts, people at the NSA, they know how many emails Hillary has, you know, but guess what? It's a hoax. Oh, yeah, like we needed vindication already. We've known that the Russia delusion is bullshit. I mean, Adam Schiff doesn't have any evidence. The beat-up baseball glove known as Maxine Waters, that poverty hoe, never had any evidence. That whacked-out cuckoo bird, Nancy Pelosi, never had any evidence. They never had evidence. What that weird Keebler elf-looking motherfucker that lied about NSA surveillance, Clapper, he said it. They didn't have any evidence. Diane Frankenstein, no evidence, but they kept pushing, right? You know, the real conspiracy, the real Russia conspiracy, I'll tell you, when Trump shook this bitch Hillary Clinton's hand, that's when he was colluding with a Russian agent. And the fact that he hasn't put her in jail yet, that shows collusion with a Russian agent. See, because the Democrats and Hillary, they're the real Russia conspiracy. They want to keep making Putin out to be that Cthulhu I showed you. But in reality, he was smart. You see, Putin was so smart that he got Hillary to, like, expose herself to their own greed, this dirty uranium deal. And that's what happened. She's exposed, selling friggin' uranium with the Russians. They're the ones that are part of the KGB. They're the ones that have the DNC at an office in the friggin' Ukraine. So, I mean, this whole psychosis, the Russian media, you know, the Russia psychosis the media has, the MSNBC, the CBS, CNN. I mean, I can't tell you how many Floridian libtards, when I was at the gym trying to work out, they go up to me and they're like, I hope that Stormy Daniels gets Trump. Really? I found out this bitch is working for Larry Flint. Larry Flint put out the APB. Larry Flint put out he was like calling all cars, the APB. He said, anybody that can help me get Trump out of office, I'll give him $10 million. So this act whore, That's what porn stars are. They're really like bad actors, that suck dick. So it's like, big tits and shit. Well, they're act whores. And they paid that bitch to go after Trump. Probably probably a couple of freaking fuzzoles right here. Not much. So, I guess what I'm trying to get at, my face disappeared for a second. Beautiful face. No evidence of Russian collusion. Ample evidence of Obama surveillance. But again, the mainstream media just reports that Trump this, Trump that. And again, Putin is a Cthulhu that meddles in everything. So, Trump's vindicated that way. He fired Rex Tillerson, that guy that was probably doing Saturnalian occult freaking rituals in the White House so that he could get more oil money. And Trump fires Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State. Well, what took him so fucking long? Why is he hiring so many globalist turds? That's the thing about Trump. He flip-flops so much. He's first he said, I'm gonna ban the guns, but that was like double speak, where he said, I'd like to take the guns, no due process. So that pissed off a lot of us liberty lovers, but it's like he plays a little two-step, or either that or he's coked out of his mind. I don't know. We're starting to think that he's coked out of his mind, but I'll tell you what, help us keep exposing the truth, help us defeat the YouTube censorship by shopping with us at Antique Obsessions on Facebook. You go to Etsy/shop/Antique Obsessions on Etsy. You can find us on eBay. We have our direct links to our stores and all the beautiful, one-of-a-kind, elegant jewelry on Facebook. Since you're watching me on Facebook, at Antique Obsessions. The other store is at Conceptual Subculture. It's at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. Be sure to visit our store, click like. A lot of our fans, they love that we make jewelry. They have no idea. Like, Bruce, you're a real freaking artist, man. You're making jewelry, and who better than to make jewelry than with your bodacious, beautiful, one-of-a-kind babe. So I'm so lucky right there to be able to do what I love, podcast, be on the radio and talk a whole bunch of shit and sell you one-of-a-kind jewelry. So be sure to visit our stores on Facebook. We got them here on Facebook. That's before Mark Zuckerface decides to take out the entire alternative media. I hope not. Okay, we make money. We make the economy freaking go boom, boom. So check us out at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. That's at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. Support the show. Support the Bruce Montalvo Show. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network. And shop with us here on Facebook at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. You will be disappointed. And before we go, Trump's talking about getting a gag order on this porn star. Didn't he already gag her? That's right. Didn't he already gag the porn star? I mean, seriously. Whatever. It's all just a misdirection play. The QB, Trump's the QB, and he's saying, oh, look over here, look at these tits over here, look at fat Kim Jong-un over there, and don't look at what I'm doing over here. And meanwhile, Putin, you don't even know, he's got like 1 million arms. On his team, he's like throwing the ball all over the place, he's deflating the balls, right, according to the Democrats. No, not at all. They have a psychosis. Some of these Democrats are so insane, especially the old farts in Florida. They're like, I want Trump to die. I want that whore to bring down Trump. I mean, oh my God. I mean, how low have you gone that you are putting all you're counting all your chickens, you're putting all your eggs into one basket over a whore that sucks freaking balls for a living to take out a man that is the best fit for this country. I mean, the country's a corporation, right? United States is a corporation. Right? We've been in martial law since the days of Abraham Lincoln. So since we're a corporation, why not have a CEO, a real CEO, a successful CEO, not a freaking pansy-ass fruit cup like the last freaking bum, right? This guy isn't a bum. The last bum, Obama, that nigga was a bum. That's right, that nigga. I'm getting rap with it, right? What? He can drop the mic and I can't say that nigga? Well, I got a rapper for a wife, all right? So you kiss my ass and so on because, you know, with your words, trying to attack all words and shit. Well, that does it for this morning. Gonna be back next morning. There was no Russian collusion. You didn't need me to tell you. You've known the whole year, going on 2 years, that they can't shut the hell up about Russia, Russia, Russia. It's like they're saying a spell. Russia, Russia, Russia. You know, my mother-in-law just gave me a little St. Petersburg doll from Russia. Does that mean I'm colluding with Russia? I mean, please, give me a break. You know, they're just the degenerate demagogue Democrats and the Republicans are like wrestlers. You know, they're both in the ring together. They know what moves they're going to do on each other, and then after that they're going to go out and have a fucking steak. And go out and have a fucking steak on you, on your dime. They've been eating steak on us for far too long. Well, folks, that's this episode of Montalvo in the Morning. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, waking and baking while you heat up that bacon. But be careful, it's got parasites in it. Tune in this Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. The master, the teacher, Jordan Maxwell, joins us for all sorts of esoteric talk. You're not going to want to miss that. Follow us on Twitter at Bruce Montalvo. Listen to the show, The Bruce Montalvo Show, on Spreaker.com/The Bruce Montalvo Show. And listen to us on your phone or any device, iPad, your iTouch, on TalkStream Live. It's been Montalvo Broadcasting Network, Montalvo in the Morning. Hasta luego. Good morning. This thing live. It says it is. Welcome to Montalvo 101, Conspiracy 101 with Professor Bruce Montalvo. We will begin this transmission. Will commence shortly. But first, everyone needs to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, even those bastards in the back. Even you bastards in the back, you better stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all sing our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the rampart we won, words of gallant streaming from the rugged red glare, from a bursting air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and star-spangled banner again raise, for the land of the free, and the hope of all raise.
That's right. We're getting ready to commence. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There I am. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Bruce Montalvo Show in the morning, because it's still morning and it's time to wake and bake. So wake the fuck up, put the eggs in the pan, have them sizzling with the bacon. It's Montalvo in the morning. That's right. It's morning. It doesn't look too sunny in here. That's because I'm in my bunker getting ready for like World War V, because we're past World War III. It's like straight to World War V. Anyway, I'm your host, conspiracy theorist and author, talk show host extraordinaire, Bruce Montalvo, broadcasting to you live, all the way live from the desert here in Arizona. And I'm a little upset. You know, I'm hearing some news that our good friend Jordan Maxwell is feeling a little under the weather, a little sick, and complaining that his heart is hurting. And you know, it's scary when you reach that age. You know, he's not too old, but you know, he's still gotta watch out, you know, because it's scary. You know, your friends, you know, your older friends, you know, one minute they're here and the next minute they're not. So you gotta cherish them while they're here. And I just hope he's all right. You know, I've been trying to tell him to drink this Chinese tea, Den Shen, D-E-N, and Shen, S-H-E-N. It's pretty good tea. It's pretty good. It all the cardiovascular, for the heart and all that good stuff. So if you're ever feeling any heart problems, the Den Shen is what you want to drink. It's like a little root, and you put it in your tea, and you drink it. You know, you steam it, and you boil it, and it gets hot, and it really doesn't taste like much. Den Shen. You know, the Chinese, they know what to do. And I'm also a little under the weather. I'm not sick, but like, you know, feeling just like sick because we had to go get Pat the Talk Show cat neutered, because he just complains every night that he wants to be a woman. And I told him, I said, dude, just because you cut your little cat balls off doesn't mean you're a woman. It doesn't make you a woman, all right? And it's so freaking weird. You go into these like neutering places, you know, and they got these weirdos with like man buns just waiting to like cut your male dog or your male cat's balls off. They're weird, man. They got the little man bun and shit. I mean, I'm into like heavy metal, you know what I'm saying? I'll grow my hair long and shit and like, you know, headbang and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the man bun? Really? Yeah, you know, I don't understand man buns. But let's commence the show. You see, this is the show that will get people triggered. Snowflakes, primarily. So, explicit content. Okay, explicit warning. No snowflakes allowed. You fucking snowflakes are going to get triggered and probably call the SPLC on me again. You can just kiss my ass. All you damn snowflakes. So don't say I didn't warn you. Alright? And again, this is Bruce Montalvo Show in the morning with an urgent reminder that if you're not part of the woke team and you're not wakey, eggs and bakey with it, you know, you got the morning wood and you're just woke as fuck, then it's time to wake the fuck up. And I know some people are like, oh my God, he's cussing, oh my God. Look, Jesus is just a parable for the son. So stop being so fucking goddamn sanctimonious, you cunts. Anyway, that's the great thing about America, is that I can say whatever the hell I want, I could cuss, I could say dick, fart, pussy, and twat, and you know, that's my job, to make sure that the First Amendment is upheld. And the Second Amendment's job is to make sure that the First Amendment's upheld. How about that? So just Google up America in a nutshell. You won't be disappointed because, as you know, bald eagles that crap rainbows of liberty and stuff. But again, you're ruled by like Anunnaki and reptilians. So freedom, terms and conditions do apply unless we remind them of the Constitution. You know, there's some talk show hosts out there that are like on rewind, they're just Constitution. Well, guess what? I'm one of those talk show hosts. I love the fucking Constitution. Alright? And you better love it too. And this is the Bruce Montalvo Show in the morning. Okay, yeah. So just don't go to McDonald's to get that McDonald's breakfast because you'll die. Okay, speaking of dying, stormtroopers kill people, and Trump wants stormtroopers above the earth because, they can't get past the firmament. Anyway, that's some inside baseball right there. As above, so below, that means the firmament. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you check that out? Werner von Braun basically tattooed it on his butt, and he put it on his gravestone. So, it must mean something, right? Werner von Braun, is that firmament? It's in the Old Testament. Anyway, President Trump addresses Marines in California. We're doing a tremendous amount of work in space. I've been watching Star Wars, and it gives me so many ideas. And maybe, just maybe, and let me tell you something, nobody loves Star Wars as much as I do. We need a Space Force. And we'll call it just that, a Space Force. That's what we need. We need a fucking Space Force. We need Marines in space. Right? The Space Force. Marines in space. Semper Fidelis. I just talked about, blowing away fucking reptilians and aliens and Anunnakis and shit. Well, that's exactly why, and the president is smart enough to know this, that's exactly why we need a fucking Space Force. And, I sent kind of an old fart to join the Marines myself, but I sent them like a recruitment kind of thing, you know what I'm saying, just because I wanted that free Marines shirt, because they're offering like a free Marines shirt, so I said, all right, fuck it, I'll send it. But, they want my, date of birth and this and that, and they want to get me microchips, so I think I'll just go buy the fucking shirt like at Walmart or something, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth it, but let me tell you something. I wanted to sign up for the Army when I was a young guy, because, I saw what those towel heads were doing, you know what I'm saying, and I read the script that said, hey, 9/11, was, a Muslim job, and I was like, you know what, my mother's pissing me off. Okay, not letting me get laid around here. So how about I freaking, go to the desert and shoot some freaking towel heads for my country, right? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to join the Army, and I passed the English test and all that, but the freaking math test was hard. Algebra's never been my friend. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally and all that bullshit. So I don't know what the fuck. I failed that, so I guess that saved my life, right? They would have put my ass on the front lines. But that was back in the day. I was trying to enlist in the Army back in like freaking, W's day. But you imagine this now, just like the excitement of possibly floating, not in space, but just like almost into space, because remember, it's like a snow globe, that covers the Earth. So, you know what I'm saying? The excitement to know that you could be in the Space Force. And there are real aliens out there floating in the vast oceans of space. You know what they are? They're like parasitic microbes. So that's what it is. It's like parasitic microbes, like symbiotes, like floating down from space onto here. And now they say, well, this disease X is like some Morgellons disease. It's like aliens eating you from the inside. So we need a fucking Space Force, bro. Okay? That, and we need, Marines to help us fight the Galactic Empire of California. That's the thing. Trump was in California the other day, and you know who the Galactic Empire is? They want to say he's Darth Vader. I don't buy that. Brown, fucking Jerry Brown and all those bastards in California, California, they should just build a wall around California just itself, because it is the Galactic Empire. It is a socialist, Marxist, communist, Leninist hellhole, and it should just be walled off, okay? So Trump was out there in California, he's giving the okay, he's looking at stuff, he's like, that's right, build it. You build that damn wall. The Great Wall of freaking California, because California stinks, and we could smell it. I could smell it all the way from Brooklyn back in the day, and I sure as fuck could smell it from here in Arizona. So Trump's got to build that wall. Everybody in Arizona is supporting him. We support him. We're one of those border states, and we want the damn wall. And we want it now. Okay? Because these bastards, look at him. He's showing the map of this, a whole bunch of freaking, the whole country of Mexico just invading without the wall. And then, to the right, you see, look, clean. You can see the pastures, So, we're going to get a Space Force, and we're going to get a wall around California, and if we're lucky, we'll just wall off the entire freaking flat earth from all you damn aliens that want to come in here. Literally, aliens everywhere. There's fucking aliens everywhere. So what did Trump do? What else? What else is in the news? Look at this guy, Rex Tillerson. How fruity does he look in this picture? How fruity does he look in this picture? He looks like, tra-la-la-la-la, oh my God, freaking flaming homo. That's what Rex Tillerson looks like right here in this picture, like a flaming homo. Freaking occultist, fucking phallic, fucking occult worshiper probably with Exxon Mobil, because they worship all sorts of weird symbols. Look at this Exxon Mobil, literally the sigil of Saturn. So he's all fruity with it. And I remember reading some QAnon posts about, even before that, some Pizzagate, all that, and they were saying that this guy Tillerson was probably butt diddling little kids. So that's why he didn't last. You know what I'm saying? That and calling Trump a moron and backing the freaking genocidal Iran nuclear deal, that'll get you kicked to the curb. I'm surprised he lasted that long, that freaking Fanuc. I mean, calling Trump a moron? I mean, really, bro? And let's go back to that whole Russia hysteria thing. Well, he said something about he didn't side with Trump on something regarding Russia, and then that's pretty much it. That threw his ass into the fucking trash. Trump fired his ass, but still they found no evidence of the Russia collusion. It's just a whole bunch of hysteria. And you think the Democrats really want Trump, to uncover their master plan? It's already been uncovered. We know that it's the Democrats that are in bed with the Russians, not Trump, okay? Because Democrats, under Obama, they gave the Russians freaking Syria. They gave them the Ukraine. Trump's not giving them none of that. Alright, so it's all just a bunch of hysteria. We know that the shadow freaking state, the Obama state, was in there literally spying on Trump, trying to sabotage the Trump campaign before it even freaking took off. So they were right there. I mean, Hillary weaponized the FBI, she weaponized the freaking DOJ, and I don't know what the hell Trump's waiting on Sessions to arrest people. Sessions, I just saw him. Sessions is out here in my backyard looking at my weeds. He's like pulling my weeds. So that's what Sessions is going to do. But really, California, it's like the galactic empire. Everybody there is like obsessed with the freaking illegal immigrants. Look, if Trump would have shown up to California illegally, they probably would have given him a nicer welcome. So you just see Trump going under the fence like all those other bastards. They would have given him a freaking hero's welcome. So anyway, folks, that's that. And this is the Bruce Montalvo Show in the morning. And let me tell you something. You know what funds this show? You help fund this show, and also our jewelry. Beautiful, handmade, unique, one-of-a-kind jewelry. Look at that. Look at that. You like dragons? You like beautiful jewelry? Look at this. It's just like the QVC, folks. You know the QVC, they got jewelry. Why don't have jewelry? Why don't the Patriots freaking get into the jewelry? Yeah, well, here you go. I make the most exquisite jewelry. My wife and I, Jaja, one-of-a-kind, beautiful jewelry for sale. Find us at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. Look at that elegant, one-of-a-kind, handmade, wearable pieces of art. And you get that for your lady. And we solder them, we handmade, repoussé, we do it all. Sterling silver, one-of-a-kind, silver, beautiful silver jewelry on sale. The Montalvo Broadcasting Network, MBN, invites you to shop with us on Facebook at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. That's at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture. Help us defeat the globalists because it's not such a globe. So if we start telling everybody the Earth is flat.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network.
As long as I'm President of the United States, Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. Good morning. I'm pleased to inform you the American people should be extremely grateful and happy. No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime. We suffered no casualties. All of our soldiers are safe, and only minimal damage was sustained at our military bases. Our great American forces are prepared for anything. Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world. No American or Iraqi lives were lost because of the precautions taken, the dispersal of forces, and an early warning system that worked very well. I salute the incredible skill and courage of America's men and women in uniform. For far too long, all the way back to 1979 to be exact, nations have tolerated Iran's destructive and destabilizing behavior in the Middle East and beyond. Those days are over. Iran has been the leading sponsor of terrorism, and their pursuit of nuclear weapons threatens the civilized world. We will never let that happen. Last week, we took decisive action to stop a ruthless terrorist from threatening American lives. At my direction, the United States military eliminated the world's top terrorist, Qasem Soleimani. As the head of the Quds Force, Soleimani was personally responsible for some of the absolutely worst atrocities. He trained terrorist armies, including Hezbollah, launching terrorist strikes against civilian targets. He fueled bloody civil wars all across the region. He viciously wounded and murdered thousands of U.S. troops, including the planting of roadside bombs that maim and dismember their victims. Soleimani directed the recent attacks on U.S. personnel in Iraq that badly wounded 4 service members and killed 1 American, and he orchestrated the violent assault on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. In recent days, he was planning new attacks on American targets, but we stopped him. Soleimani's hands were drenched in both American and Iranian blood. He should have been terminated long ago. By removing Soleimani, we have sent a powerful message to terrorists. If you value your own life, you will not threaten the lives of our people. As we continue to evaluate options in response to Iranian aggression, the United States will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on the Iranian regime. These powerful sanctions will remain until Iran changes its behavior. In recent months alone, Iran has seized ships in international waters, fired an unprovoked strike on Saudi Arabia, and shot down 2 U.S. drones. Iran's hostilities substantially increased after the foolish Iran nuclear deal was signed in 2013, and they were given $150 billion, not to mention $1.8 billion in cash. Instead of saying thank you to the United States, they chanted death to America. In fact, they chanted death to America the day the agreement was signed. Then Iran went on a terror spree, funded by the money from the deal, and created hell in Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Afghanistan, and Iraq. The missiles fired last night at us and our allies were paid for with the funds made available by the last administration. The regime also greatly tightened the reins on their own country, even recently killing 1,500 people at the many protests that are taking place all throughout Iran. The very defective JCPOA expires shortly anyway and gives Iran a clear and quick path to nuclear breakout. Iran must abandon its nuclear ambitions and end its support for terrorism. The time has come for the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Russia, and China to recognize this reality. They must now break away from the remnants of the Iran deal, or JCPOA. And we must all work together toward making a deal with Iran that makes the world a safer and more peaceful place. We must also make a deal that allows Iran to thrive and prosper and take advantage of its enormous untapped potential. Iran can be a great country. Peace and stability cannot prevail in the Middle East as long as Iran continues to foment violence, unrest, hatred, and war. The civilized world must send a clear and unified message to the Iranian regime. Your campaign of terror, murder, mayhem will not be tolerated any longer. It will not be allowed to go forward. Today, I am going to ask NATO to become much more involved in the Middle East process. Over the last 3 years, under my leadership, our economy is stronger than ever before, and America has achieved energy independence. These historic accomplishments change our strategic priorities. These are accomplishments that nobody thought were possible. And options in the Middle East became available. We are now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world. We are independent, and we do not need Middle East oil. The American military has been completely rebuilt under my administration at a cost of $2.5 trillion. U.S. armed forces are stronger than ever before. Our missiles are big, powerful, accurate, lethal, and fast. Under construction are many hypersonic missiles. The fact that we have this great military and equipment, however, does not mean we have to use it. We do not want to use it. American strength, both military and economic, is the best deterrent. 3 months ago, after destroying 100% of ISIS and its territorial caliphate, we killed the savage leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi, who was responsible for so much death, including the mass beheadings of Christians, Muslims, and all who stood in his way. He was a monster. Al-Baghdadi was trying again to rebuild the ISIS caliphate and failed. Tens of thousands of ISIS fighters have been killed or captured during my administration. ISIS is a natural enemy of Iran. The destruction of ISIS is good for Iran, and we should work together on this and other shared priorities. Finally, to the people and leaders of Iran, we want you to have a future, and a great future, one that you deserve, one of prosperity at home and harmony with the nations of the world. The United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it. I want to thank you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Montalvo Broadcasting Network.